Kia ora, this is Arvind Jacob, your friendly and frank licensed New Zealand immigration advisor as well as education advisor, coming live like every Tuesday from the beautiful city of Hamilton and New Zealand. I'm coming live on my YouTube channel on the AJV Global, which is our official company YouTube channel. And I'm coming live on the AJV Global page on Facebook, and I'm also coming live on Instagram, where some of you lovely people keep following my work. I couldn't come live last week because the throat was really, really bad, but I managed to kind of, get it all sorted now, and hopefully I'll be up and running. And I have my trusted big mug of coffee, which is nice and warm and hopefully will soothe my throat. But here we are back again to answer all your questions about New Zealand education and migration. And as always, it's a pleasure to say hello to all of you. And Haere Mai, which is welcome, and Maori. And I will be here for the next 1 hour. So go ahead and ask all your questions, and I'll be very happy to answer them for you. As always, starting by sharing a copy of my license. Which was issued to me by the government of New Zealand. So I'm called a licensed immigration advisor, and I get this license because I did a course in New Zealand immigration law, and as well as had to undergo a police verification and certain other things. And it's not easy to maintain this license. I'll have to ensure that there are no adverse legal issues pending against me year on year. Plus, I also need to maintain and do something called the continuing professional development, which is a minimum of 20 hours every year. So yeah, it's all well balanced as a strategy to make sure that all of you people who are having an interest to migrate to New Zealand, either directly or through education, are being provided the right amount of information, the correct and professional information that you're required to make this life-changing decision. So yeah, so warm welcome, and good to be back here again, as always, supported by my wonderful team on Skype. We are about 36 or 37 people, because, and I'm not sure, because just today we had three new people coming on board onto the AJV team. So warm welcome to our three new colleagues. First one is called Neha. Second colleague is called Sajita. And then we also have Lydia, who are joining our team in India. Neha is an ex-immigration officer of New Zealand. She worked with them for almost 10 long years. And then she went on to do some work also with the um, immigration department at the British High Commission in India. And so now she's, of course, decided to come and join us. So warm welcome to her, as well as to Lydia and to Sajita as well. And last week, or about 2 weeks back, there was a person from the New Zealand education industry who was senior manager in one of the institutions here in New Zealand, who was visiting India, and he met some of the AJV team members there. And after he came back, he gave me a call and he said, "Wow, Arun, what a fantastic team you have back in India." And I was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I said, "We are probably the most thoroughbred team of people in this industry at the moment, working with all you young people who have a desire and a dream to make it to New Zealand and eventually call this beautiful country your home." So, of course, you require good, honest, professional people who also back it up with a lot of integrity to make sure that your dreams come true. So, yeah, absolutely, guys. Team AJV is right up there in the pecking order of probably the best advisors anywhere on earth. And we're rather happy that we can keep putting it out there and help you guys and girls to make the right decisions and the right choices always. So very pleased about that. Okay, before you start asking your questions, a few ground rules. If you're an AJV student, please identify yourself so that I can modulate my answers accordingly. If you're not an AJV student, please share your contact number. That's a ground rule, because we obviously are sitting here and providing a lot of good and free information to you guys directly from New Zealand, from a licensed immigration advisor. And the least we want in return is to be able to contact you later after these sessions are done, and engage you in a conversation and see if you would like to make New Zealand your home. And we understand as a team that it's not an easy decision, involves a lot of money, time, and effort. So we are not the people who are going to push you into anything, but we would obviously require that opportunity to present the full opportunity to you, and based on that you can decide whether it's worth the money, time, and effort, and whether you can raise the required capital, so on and so forth. But talk to us, because we are good, strong professional people in this particular area, and we have helped thousands of people to migrate to New Zealand, and would be delighted to help you with that as well. And what sets us apart as a company, AJV, is that we understand what migrants go through, because we are migrants ourselves who moved to New Zealand. So we've set up a system where we support you not only in your country while you're still planning to come to New Zealand, but we actually help you to, after you come to New Zealand, we actually provide so much more support and kind of practically hold your hand and walk with you on the journey till you reach your, desired destination. So, yeah, that's what we are all about, and it's been working very well for us. We are growing very fast. People are looking at us and saying, where the heck did these guys come from? And how is it that they kind of suddenly everybody is talking about them? I think we're doing it because we are very sincere in the work we do. We are very sincere to New Zealand. We are very sincere to our clients. We are very sincere to with the institutions we work with. We are very sincere to our own team, our own employees. And we're also sincere to our shareholders who put their, faith and trust in us. So yeah, that's pretty much the way it is. So it's all quite simple. We keep it simple. We play the game by the rule book, and we help those who truly deserve to be in New Zealand. Come to us, and we will get you here. All right, cool. So while we are waiting for some questions to come in, I thought, okay, there is a first question here from somebody called Umar Isa. He actually asked this question on YouTube, but my team shared it right away here to the page where I can answer it. And Umar shared his number as well. Thanks for that, Umar. And his question is, I'm coming for 3-year PhD. Do I need to pay tuition and to provide proof of funds for 1 year or for all 3 years when I apply for visa? Okay, so the way it works, Umar, is obviously the immigration department would like to know that you actually have the ability to sustain your course for all the 3 years. So by and large, they are looking for proof that you have resources to go through all the 3 years. But sometimes they do accept, the first year, and then they ask you to show the plan of payment for the next 2 years. So that's the way it works. But the safest thing, of course, is to put all your 3 years upfront as funds, and so that makes life easier for both you as well as for the immigration officer who is assessing your file. But there is a possibility where you can, let's say, for instance, you have been sanctioned a loan only for the first year, but you can show the plan or a statement from the bank which says that these funds would be available through the loan for the next 2 years as well. So it could be slightly tricky, uh, Umar. So, which is why I recommend that you get in touch with us and seek our professional advice. And we have teams in India as well as New Zealand, so you can get in touch with either one of these teams, whatever is convenient to you. So those are our contact details. So you guys and girls who want some information, just go ahead and contact us on any one of those numbers. So like I said, we have a team in India and we have a team in New Zealand. We are, of course, a New Zealand based and headquartered organization. So yes, our head office is here in New Zealand, but by virtue of the fact that a lot of our clients come from India, we also have a pretty large team in India at the moment. So everybody around the world can have access to either one of these teams. The advantage, of course, in working with the New Zealand team is that we work to New Zealand times. But the disadvantage is by the time most of you wake up, we go to sleep. But so you can always refer to our India team because that works from about approximately 4 o'clock New Zealand time till about 12:30 in the night for New Zealand time, which means if you are based in some part of the world and you still want information from AJV, just connect with our India team, and you can connect with us on Facebook and send us an email or give us a call. We've also set up toll-free numbers in India and in New Zealand, so you guys can give us a call on that. If you're based in India, you can also text and Just send a text saying NZ and we will get in touch with you. All right. So we're trying to make it nice and easy and simple for all of you to contact us. And of course, we also had this live sessions week after week on every place. The reason I keep doing that, guys, a little bit is because I'm coming live on Instagram through my phone, and I'm coming live on Facebook and YouTube through my laptop. So yeah, don't mind my little shifting of the head from left to right. Okay, next question is from Cheryl, and Cheryl says, "Hi, I'm Cheryl. My wife is an AGV student. She has applied for Masters in Oral Health in University of Otago. She just completed her BDS from India in 2016. Please let me know the possible chances to get through the course already applied through AGV. Her name is Ardra Thomas." All right. Hey, Cheryl, thanks for your query. And, thank you so much for choosing to work with AGV. We are always very grateful to all you people, who are smart, young, and have so much information at your fingertips that you do your research and decide to work with a company like AGV. Thank you so much for that. I mean, obviously, you're understanding the importance of working with a company that's based in New Zealand, and it's also straightforward, transparent, open. I come live week after week and just look at all you guys in the eye and speak directly to you. So that's the kind of company we are. So hey, look, thanks for choosing AJV, and I'm sure Audra will get through Cheryl, because the University of Otago and just one other university in New Zealand actually have the dental faculty. So it's a little difficult to get into this particular course, but I mean, we will obviously make a strong picture because we have a good, strong relationship with the University of Otago. And there is, of course, a very distinct advantage to the university as well, to even if they have limited number of seats in a particular faculty, it makes a lot of sense for them to admit a certain number of international students, because international students actually pay more fees than the domestic students here in New Zealand, and that is one of the revenue models for the education industry here in New Zealand, like many other countries. So I'm sure Adra will have a good chance. Continue to speak to whoever is your advisor from AJV, and we will push it forward and try and make it happen for you. But hey, look, lovely to have a talented young couple like you're working with AJV, and I promise you, we will stand by you throughout your journey across New Zealand. And yeah, whenever you guys reach here, I'll drop by. I'll drive to Dunedin. I love driving all around New Zealand. Come and say hello to you guys as well. Okay, cool. Next one. Okay, Anup says is an AJV client. Hi, Anup. Thanks for that. Again, fantastic that you are an AJV student as well. Wonderful to work with all you brilliant young people. And it says, "Hi, this is Anup. I'm an AJV student. Received an offer letter from QRC for level 7 after 2 years stay back and planning for level 8 course in 2021. What will be the stay back option as per new rules after 2021?" Okay, good question, Anup, and fantastic course choice. Fantastic college choice. QRC is definitely one of the better institutions in hospitality in New Zealand. So fantastic courses. And of course, Queenstown is considered one of the biggest destinations, tourist destinations in the world. So you are actually doing a course in one of the most desired destinations on earth anyway. So you are going to finish your level 7 and after that you're planning to do your level 8. So what will happen is that as per the current rules, technically speaking, but I'm going to recheck this and come back to you because I'm in a live session. Sometimes I might say something, but we will always recheck this and come back to you. But as per the current rules, after level 7, you will get your 2 years. And if you go on to complete a level 8, you will get a further 3 years. So it is actually a fantastic opportunity for you, because that gives you like 1 year of study, followed by 2 years of work visa, followed by 1 more year of study at level 8, followed by 3 more years of work visa. So there's a good long enough period of time for you to establish yourself very strongly in New Zealand, especially in a subject like hospitality, because New Zealand is also an extremely high tourism orientated country. In fact, I think it is our largest industry at the moment. So yeah, I mean, 7 6 7 years, you would absolutely establish yourself in New Zealand. Plus, your biggest advantage, of course, that you have AJV to fall back upon at any moment in case you need some support for you to stay back. So good decision, but I'm going to cross check what I've said in the live session one more time after I complete my session. And if there is any variation to what I have mentioned, I will come back with a clarification to you. All right. Thanks, Anup, for choosing HIV. Much appreciated. Okay, all right. So I have tried to get information. This is the next thing from Jaipal Singh Wagela. He says, I've tried to get information regarding partner student work visa for my wife through Mary Joseph, but no information was provided. Please do reply. Hey, Jaipal, sorry about that, but Mary has been working very hard, and so she's kind of trying to cope with the surge of because we guys set up a new office in Hamilton, and it's bang on the main street, and so like we have like tons of people walking in throughout the day. And although we already have Mary and Virginia or working there, I go and sit there sometimes myself, and we are recruiting another lady also called Mary who's going to come and sit there and work. But the initial days, I think everybody's looking at our nice attractive board. We have a fantastic mural outside on the glass, so there's been a lot of walk-ins, and because of which we have been a little overwhelmed by the amount of response we have received, because of which sometimes some of our phone calls and our text messages and our emails have been missed. But I will highlight your number to Mary, and I'll ask her to give you a call tomorrow. Sorry about the delay, but we will certainly get back to you. All right. Thank you. Okay, right. So Vinayak Nilajkar says, hello, sir. I'm an AJB student. Hi, Vinayak. Lovely to say hello to you as well. I recently came across a post saying scholarship of New Zealand, INZ $2,000 offered by Western Institute of Technology at Taranaki, which is also known as WIT. So is this applicable to international students? Also, any scholarships offered by WinTech? Yeah, I think the WIT one, even I don't remember the details quite clearly, Vinayak, but I do believe that that is for international students. So I'm not completely aware of all the details of this particular scholarship. So check back with your advisor, or if you've seen the post on our AJV group, I would strongly recommend that you go and get some details from there as well. Wintech, to the best of my knowledge, is not offering any scholarship at this particular moment, but the best people to ask would be your AJV advisor if you're still in New Zealand. If you're already sorry, if you're still outside New Zealand, if you're already in New Zealand and if you're at WIT, I would say just call your international team inside the college and go and tell them, hey, look, what is the eligibility for this particular scholarship? And if you're still eligible, you can. But if you're still outside New Zealand, talk to your AJV advisor and say, can I get more information about this? But to the best of my knowledge, there's nothing from WinTech at the moment. This was a standalone scholarship that was offered by WIT. All right, Vinayak. So if you're still outside New Zealand, check with your AJV advisor. If you're already in New Zealand, check with WIT if you're studying there already. Okay, cool. All right. Nicola Mahapatra says, hi, Arun. I'm an AGV student. Hi, Nicola. Hope you're doing well. Can you please throw some light on the partnership visitor timeframes? We applied in June this year. Okay. Nicola, as you know, this has been going on for quite some time. There is a pretty massive backlog. I think, okay, I don't want to dishearten you, but some of the reports that I have been reading indicate that there is up to 8,000 partnership visa cases that have been backed up in the Mumbai office, and then now they've decided they're going to shift some of them from Mumbai office and send them to the Hamilton office, which is where we guys are based. In fact, the immigration department of New Zealand is based in the same building where our offices. We are on the ground floor, and they're in the next, in some of the floors above us. So there has been a lot of problems with partnership visas, and there because of the fact that there was an INZ reorganization happening. There was a massive surge in applications at the same time. And then because of the reorganization, the number of staff members had depleted quite significantly now. So they're trying to bring back people. So what they're doing, I think, is they're prioritizing certain of these applications. And I think obviously they will not tell it to us openly, nor will they publish it anywhere openly. But like any other organization, they have their own prerogatives to decide how they want to deal with certain applications. So I think they are actually prioritizing certain applications. whether it is student or partnership or so on and so forth. So yeah, I don't know. I think it could take anything between 3 to 6 months time is what my assessment is at this point. So all I can say and share is please be patient. It's very unfortunate this occurred because I've been in this industry for about 15 years, and I remember a time when we used to apply for a student visa and we would get it within 24 hours. And I'm talking, way back, when I kind of got into this industry, and even partnership visas would happen practically overnight. But unfortunately, I think it's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing in the sense that it goes to prove that New Zealand as a destination is going up in the what do I say, the radar of a lot of prospective migrants, because of which I think this is happening. But like I said, unfortunately, it is creating a slowdown. So I'd say 3 to 6 months is the average time. So apply early, and whenever we any application that has gone through AGV, if the moment we know who the visa officer is, I promise you, we will start putting some gentle pressure on them. All right. Thanks, Nicola. Okay, I'm gonna quickly check from my team who keep giving me some updates on Skype as well. Yeah, cool. So I have three updates, and hey guys, just wanted to let you know that one of the first announcements my team wanted to make was that I'm back in India in this month, and I will be conducting a seminar in Mumbai, which will be, of course, similar thing, but directly face to face in Mumbai at the JW Marriott, Juhu, and this is on the 21st of September. Please continue to follow our Facebook group as well as page, and we will give you more details closer to the date. But yeah, well, myself and I think by the time one more of my colleagues called Tulika Mehra, who is also an ex-immigration officer, would also have her license in place. So we'll present a brand new licensed immigration advisor who was also, an immigration officer for quite some time. So she will, of course, stand there next to me, and we will together share our information. Plus, of course, the rest of our team is extremely knowledgeable as well. But there are certain visas that they cannot speak about. So for those, Tulika and myself would be there. But for student visas and stuff like that, the rest of our team will be there. So please do come and join us at the JW Marriott on the 21st of September at Juhu in Mumbai, and we will share some details closer to the date. All right, cool. Next question. Akshay Kumar says, Sir, can we change our course college after reaching New Zealand? And if we don't get PR in time of stay back, can we continue in the work visa AJV student? Akshay Kumar. Hey, Akshay, first and foremost, thank you for choosing to work with us. I got some feedback about you from my team as we speak, Akshay, and they tell me that you haven't yet reached the admission process right now because there are certain things in your background, and so apparently you've stopped your process till December 2019, and that you will come back and talk to us again in 2020. That is the update that my team has provided. But to answer your question, yes, you can change your course and college after you reach New Zealand, but we do not advise that because if you're changing your course in college after you reach New Zealand, it means your agency or your advisors did not provide you with the correct advice, and which is something that we as a company will never ever do because we spend a lot of time with each and every one of our students. In fact, the first advantage you get working with AJV is that each and every student is assessed to see what course fits this particular individual. What are their future aspirations? Do they just want to study in New Zealand and come back home to their family business? Or do they want to study in New Zealand and want to do a higher course in some other country? Do they want to study in New Zealand and create a career and future residency and citizenship in our particular field? We take a lot of time. So you work with our advisors first, who report to a team leader who is always either a licensed advisor or an ex-immigration officer who will again cross check to make sure that your aspirations and that course is in sync with each other. Because we are licensed advisors, we know which particular course will lead to what particular career, and whether that particular job will actually help you to get the residency and the PR and your future citizenship. So that's the levels of, and if something requires even more serious attention, it comes all the way up to me and to Mary and Virginia, who are based here in New Zealand, and we have this little group of experts, which includes licensed immigration advisors as well as ex-immigration officers. We all put our heads together and discuss that particular case and say, hey, look, this is the most appropriate suggestion and solution for this individual. And so when we put in so much effort, I mean, I don't think any AJV student would want to change a course or college. So, and from that point of view, I think your question is, kind of a bit futile. But we do come across a lot of other students who've come through other agencies and companies to New Zealand who get in touch with us and say, "Hey, look, I've reached here, but I realized I was counseled wrongly." In fact, I'm seeing a lot of people being put into the wrong courses and I constantly keep giving inputs to my team saying, "Don't send them to this course. Don't send them to this course. Send these people with this background only into." For instance, I don't like fresh young graduates getting into management because I think that kind of puts them into a corner out of which it is very difficult to get out of later. But if somebody has got 5 6 years of experience, then we have no problem in suggesting. But a lot of these other companies and agencies, they couldn't care less. They will say, "Hey, look, you want to do a management course? Okay, good. Let's put you at a management course. And you're a fresh graduate. So you finish that management course and you want to get out, and you need to get a job as a manager to be able to get your next visa." And so it just becomes a big, massive mess. So we put in all that effort. So that's your first advantage working with AJV guys. So I don't know why you want to look at a course change and college change, but the answer is yes, it can be done. But if you're an AJV student, I don't think you will need to do that. Okay, so that's my answer, Akshay. Cool. And if you don't get your PR in time, I mean, hey, look, we're talking to way too far, so we'll come back to that at that time. But if you're an AGV student and you come here, I do believe you will succeed and just go on to get to that point. All right? Yeah. Sanjay Kanparia. Okay. I'll apply graduate diploma in construction project management, level 7 in Canterbury. So my question is, after finish this course, how many years post-study work visa will I be getting? You'll get 2 years, Sanjay, because you're studying a graduate diploma in outside Auckland, so you'll get 2 years. I hope you're coming to New Zealand through AJV, because one thing is getting your work visa, but the other thing is making sure that you succeed in your endeavors to find a job and and continue to get regular immigration advice. So I would strongly recommend you consider working with us. Very simple to work with us. You just have to do that. Contact us either in our New Zealand office or our in the India office, depending on whichever time zone you guys want to work to. And we are all here to help you. Cool. Right, Mr. Jasraj Singh says, "Hi, sir. I want to apply for New Zealand entrepreneur visa. Do you help your clients prepare for the entrepreneur visa applications? Please let me know. I'm from India." Hey, Jasraj, of course, we help our clients with every kind of visa because, as an organization, we are looking at practically every aspect of the migration process to New Zealand. Perhaps the one area that we are not doing at the moment is refugees, because that's again a very specialized thing, and so we are not doing refugee cases at the moment. But yeah, we are absolutely good to go with any other kind of visa, and entrepreneur visa is a good one. Go to my YouTube channel or go to AJV Global YouTube channel and search for Pathway to Migration to New Zealand through the entrepreneur visa. There's a good visa video I have made, which gives you the basics of the whole thing. And what I recommend people who want to come to through an entrepreneur visa to New Zealand is to book a session with me, a Skype session or a phone session where I can spend one or whatever, however long it takes, talking to you and giving you my time and my attention and understanding exactly whether it is viable for you or not. Because the entrepreneur visa is not a very easy category, and it requires a lot of doing. And so before you end up investing a lot of money, time, and effort into it, we recommend that you spend a small amount of money, like 300 New Zealand dollars, and book a session with me where I can then, as a paid client, I can spend a lot of time with you and ask you lots of questions about your background and do an analysis and see whether you can actually come through this entrepreneur visa. If that does not work out, what are the other options? So I can give you a very personalized kind of solution, just right. But yes, we, as a country, we would love to invite entrepreneurs into New Zealand. We want entrepreneurs, we want investors, we want students, we want skilled migrants, we want people with essential skills to be our workers. So we require all kinds of people here in this country. So yeah, and as a company, AJV also does work with entrepreneur visas as well. So yeah, I'd say because you've shared your number, we will share some details about how we can book a session with me. If you want to go ahead, we'd be happy to do that. All right, thanks. Okay, right. Athar Ayub Khan says he has shared his number and says, yes, I'm interested. Call me. Yeah, sure, Athar. Our team will get in touch with you. And so when they call you, please do respond to them and we will talk to you. All right. AJV Global, Brandy Abijero. Let me check if my team has got given me any more feedback on Skype. Nothing. My team is mesmerized by my silken voice. At least one of them is going to put the sarcastic clapping emoji now. Hello, Mr. Jacob. Good evening to you. Hi, Brandy. Nice name. I'm one of your students. Thank you very much for that. I'm just wondering if you can share the statistics of HAV, such as visa applied versus visa approved. Thank you very much. Okay, good question, actually, Brandy. And you're kind of hauling me over the hot coals in public. So, good question, actually. And I think that's the kind of transparency that is required in this industry because, I've seen people advertising saying 100% visa success or job guaranteed or PR guaranteed, and all kinds of nonsense is put out there. And which is why I think the government of New Zealand realized as well that there are a lot of people misrepresenting themselves. So what they did, excuse me, guys, what the government of New Zealand did, especially the immigration department, they started publishing the visa approval success rate data of all these people, of all these agents, especially from India and Philippines, who are sending 10 or more student visa applications to them. So if you go to the immigration department website, which is immigration.govt.nz, and if you go to the search box and type agent performance, you'll see a whole list come up, and there are some Excel sheets there. So there is data for India and there is data for Philippines as well, because we a bulk of our students come from India, although we are a New Zealand based company. Because bulk of our students are based in India, we are under the India list. So if you read through that, it will tell you exactly which slab of agents we are in and what is our success percentage. So our last published success percentage, Brandy, is 91%. And we're going to wait to see how we improve this year. But this year, our numbers have gone up quite significantly. So last year, we had then a particular number of students, which was between 101 to 200. But this year, we're absolutely positive that we are going to do between 201 to 500. So because the numbers are going up, we need to work very hard to maintain that success rate as well. And that is the reason we have such a wonderful, thoroughbred team of people, which includes licensed advisors and ex-immigration officers. And I started this session by announcing three more awesome colleagues are going to join our team, and that's exactly what it's all about. Can you guys see how it all fits together for AJV? First and foremost, you have really, really committed and professional people advising you, and after you land here, there's a really, really committed team that's going to take care of you till you reach your end goal. So those are the latest statistics, Brandy, and I'm sure you'll be happy that in that particular category of 101 to 200, we actually have the. I think no, actually no. I think that's wrong to say that. I think there are some other people in that particular category who have 94 and 95% success, but we have a 91% success. So we are waiting for them to publish the next statistics. Then we will know. All right, cool. Okay, Shamal Parek says, Hi Arun. My journey with AJB has been amazing so far. Thank you so much, Shamal. Really appreciate that feedback. So nice of you to say, state it publicly. I've got two unconditional offer letters, one from Wintec graduate diploma with IT level 7 and one from Unitech PG diploma in computing level 8. I'm confused which one to choose. Also, Wintec is of November intake, wherein Unitech is February intake. Please guide. Okay, so okay, okay, okay. So, hey, Shamal, I think there is not much of a discussion as to which one you should choose because if you go for the level 8 course, you will get a 3 years post study work visa. And if you come for the WETEC graduate diploma in level 7, you'll only get a 2 years work visa. So, absolutely, that extra 1 year of work visa can become very critical, can become very crucial once you get into your post study work visa phase and you're looking for a job. So, I think that 1 year extra work visa is the simple winner. I don't even know why you're struggling so much with your decision. I'd say absolutely go for the Unitech option because it will give you that extra 1 year of post-study work visa, which can be a significant advantage to you. All right, Shamal, and thank you so much for your feedback, and I will come up and see you in Auckland once you reach here. All right, cool. I hope if some of my friends from Wintec, because I have a lot of friends in practically every institution all across New Zealand, I hope some of my friends in Wintech who are managers there are not following this and saying, this guy is actually saying go to Unitech and not go to Wintech. But hey, look, for me, my students come first and then come the interests of the institutions that we work with. So, which is why, Shamal, I think you must go to Unitech because you will get that extra 1 year of post study work visa. All right, cool. Anjali Agarwal Sharma. Hi, Arun. I'm an AJB client. Thanks, Anjali. Also, one of my favorite movies, by the way, in life ever. It was called Anjali. So, yeah, good name. I'm an AJB client. Wanted your inputs and reviews on Fitteria College in Auckland for Masters in Business Management. My phone number, you've shared your phone number. Hey, Anjali, first and foremost, thank you for choosing to be an AJB client. Much appreciated. As I keep saying, all of you have this wonderful ability to pick and choose who you want to work with, but then you do your research and you come. And a lot of you guys also tell me that there's live sessions from myself and from Mary, and soon Tulika is going to start. And then as in when we keep having more licensed advisors in the team, I think we're going to have a live session every day. We'll probably the only company on earth who is going to do a live session every day talking about New Zealand and from people who are qualified to talk about it, with a license in our hand and not just sitting and blurting out some nonsense, with a half-cooked brain. So, no, we're people who understand New Zealand immigration and migration, and that's why you guys should trust us. So I think Fitteria is a very good college, Anjali, because Fitteria is owned and operated by the government of New Zealand. In fact, Fitteria and Welltech, which is Wellington Institute of Technology, are coming together. They're merging because they're both from the same region. So they have, of course, the Auckland campus as well. So Fitteria and Welltech are merging. They call themselves WNW right now, which is Fitteria and Welltech. So both are owned and operated by the government of New Zealand. And you're doing a master's, so it does not matter that you're doing it in Auckland because you will end up with your 3 year post study work visa. If you're married, Anjali, you will also, of course, end up with a work visa for your spouse. And so, yeah, overall, good choices, I think, all around. And I would strongly recommend Fitteria to you. No problems with it. Never ever had any complaints from any of our students who have been to this particular institution. We would also love to connect you to some of them after you reach here. So all the very best, and I look forward to seeing you here in New Zealand very soon, Anjali. Thank you so much for choosing AJB. All right. Sandeep Khanna asks, I want to come for master's in social work. Can my husband be self-employed while on work visa in New Zealand? My brother is an Australian citizen. If he buys a business in New Zealand, can my husband run it? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, although your question is a bit confusing because Sandeep Khanna, which I think is a male name, is talking about a husband, which is not really the probably it's Sandeep's wife using his ID on YouTube. So anyway, that did catch my attention, so I just wanted to comment about it quickly. So yeah, absolutely, Sandeep or Mrs. Sandeep, if that's who it is actually asking the question. Yeah, your husband, if he comes on a work visa as a dependent of a student, can actually do be self-employed. I can confirm this to you as a licensed immigration advisor because there was a similar situation, and we kind of sort of clarification. So absolutely, and yeah, your brother can buy a business and your husband can run it. There are no problems as far as you can see, but as I can see. But it'll be good if you come to New Zealand through AJV, through us, because you'll have 4 or 5 licensed immigration advisors always at the end of a phone. So that's my official phone, and people, all our students keep calling us constantly. So I have one, Mary has one, Virginia has one, and everybody in the team is going to get a license shortly. So we will all be equipped to be able to give you advice. I would strongly recommend that you come to New Zealand through us because in your situation you'll require constant immigration advice, and it'll be good for you to work with a company that can give you that unlimited and free advice and guide you at each and every step. All right, cool. Okay, I'm gonna quickly check to see if I have any detail, anything yeah, from my team. Nothing too major, just some generic updates. Amit Ramvani. Hello, sir. My name is Amit Ramvani. I'm a GP client. I met you during your Mumbai event. Can you please guide me regarding my dependent work visa? Thank you. Hey, Amit. Yeah, I do remember the name, and I do believe we guys met in Mumbai. So I'm back there again, in a couple of weeks' time. So if you want to drop by and say hello again, happy to do that. I'm not sure what you mean by can you please update me regarding my dependent work visa? Amit, unfortunately, don't have an update right now. And Mary is already, I'm going to check to see. No, there are no updates. And Mary has already done her, shift for the day and gone back home. So I will not be able to get anything. But you know what I'll do is I'll ask my team to give you an update. But like I said, just some time back, Amit, there has been a lot of delay in, partnership cases, and there's been a bit of juggling between Mumbai office and Hamilton. I've been told they're all now coming to Hamilton. So because of all these issues, there is a definite lag and delay. So yeah, kindly be patient, but we will try and see if we can get you an update. All right. Thank you. Rohit, hi Arun sir. How is he says already in touch with my colleague Aniket, which is fantastic. Thank you, Rohit, for choosing AJB. You guys are great, fantastic. Hi, Aaron, sir. How is the scope for IT, especially for software testing domain? Fantastic. Absolutely. I mean, all the guys who've come to New Zealand through us, and some of them are not even students. Some of them were spouses who came to New Zealand with their student, partners, and they're doing really well. So I think the scope is fantastic. In fact, I can think of at least 4 or 5 people off the top of my head who are AJB clients who are already working in your particular domain, especially as software testing domain. Once you reach here, we will definitely get you in touch with them as well. All right, so you can get some in house. So, but testing, oh, absolutely. I know for certain that there is a pretty big demand at the moment. So, yeah, good choice, right? Suyog Patel says, "Hi Jacob, I'm IJB student, gonna complete my PG dip in international tourism management in November. After completing my course, I'm gonna go back to India and get married. What's the situation with partnership visa?" Hi Suyog, like I said, there is a bit of a delay at the moment, but hopefully by November it will ease off because immigration Department of New Zealand is working very, very hard. I met some very senior people in the immigration department, including the excuse me, including the head of immigration department who heads the Mumbai branch. I also had a meeting with that lady called Marcel, and we had a really, really good interaction for about an hour and a half. So I know they're working very hard to address these problems, but I do expect, Suyog, that by the time you're done, you go do get married, and end up with your spouse, the things would have eased by the time. So yeah, advance greetings and wishes for your marriage. And as a guy who's been married for 21 years, besides immigration advice, if you need some advice on your marriage, please, you know who to call. Okay. Mm. Right. Tejas Tom Matthew says, finally, my dream is becoming true. Flying to New Zealand, and there are some bouquets and some fireworks. Thanks to entire AJV team for helping me to achieve my dream, especially Neha Salian, who helped in choosing course, and Grace Daniel, my case officer. I'll reach Nelson on next Tuesday. Hope I'll get your support in New Zealand also. Tejas, thank you so much for choosing us. Neha is unfortunately on leave today. Otherwise, she would have been watching those live session as well. Thank you so much for choosing to work with AJV. So happy for you. Your dream has come true. But as I keep saying, the you only completed the first 15% of your dream, which is to get the visa and to arrive into New Zealand. Your real challenges will start after you come into New Zealand. And that is exactly why I'm so happy for you and for everybody else who has chosen to work with AJV. Because, guys, I kid you not, I look you straight in your eyes and tell you the real drama starts after you land in New Zealand. So we are glad that we can be there for you at the end of a phone. We're planning to set up offices all across New Zealand. The first one is come up in Hamilton, and I'm already talking to somebody to see if we can, get that person on board to start our Auckland office, and then we want to do Christchurch, Wellington, Nelson, Napier, New Plymouth, Ottawa, Dunedin. So we really want to be that company that has got office and presence all across New Zealand. So yeah, I promise you our support. Don't you ever worry about that. That is the AJB promise, guys. Whoever is listening and keep following our work, that's exactly what we are all about. Why we are different is anybody can do an admission visa. I mean, of course, we do it much better than a lot of others, but how many of these agents and these companies can support you after you come to New Zealand is the bigger question here. Because, as a company, we make money off you when we recruit you as a student to come to New Zealand. I mean, we don't take the money from you, but the institutions remunerate us as a recruitment company. So I believe it is our moral right to put some of that back into making sure that you guys and girls can reach the end goal. And that is the reason we are going to town with our support after you come to New Zealand. And I mean, if somebody else who's listening to this broadcast right now and who is not working with AJV must go back to your agents and to your companies, whoever is processing it, and say, what support will you give me after I reach New Zealand? AJV students are getting free immigration advice, they're getting help with accommodation, they are getting networking opportunities, they are getting free dinners, they are getting free picnics, there is a community they're creating. What they're getting free t-shirts, they're getting free hoodies and caps, and what are you guys going to give to me is something you must demand and ask them. And unfortunately, a lot of you come to New Zealand after it's all done, and then you say, "Oh, I want to be part of AJV," but unfortunately, at that time, it's a little late. But we're trying to see if we can create some kind of a membership-based club where all AJV students, of course, will have free membership. But we are kind of considering whether we need to, because we would like to help as many international students as possible, but at the moment, because we are constrained by our team size, we are kind of not able to extend those that support to non-AJV students. But I seriously am planning to see if we can set up some kind of a club format kind of thing where you can become part of AJV, but we will charge non-AJV students certain amount of money to become part of this club. So let's see how it goes. But coming back to Tejas, you're on a good wicket. We will be there for you. Don't worry about it. And I will drop by and say hello to you, Nelson. Cool. Okay, Manny, this is hey Manny, how's it going? This is Manny from Mumbai, and I'm an AGV student. Thanks for directing me to Neha, who has been guiding me with selecting the required course. I have applied for Masters of Applied Management, and the elective course will be Logistics and Supply Chain. Have tried two options, NMIT and Waikato. My only apprehension is the age factor. Currently in my mid 40s, and just want to check if this would not be a deterrent for requiring work post studies in New Zealand. Many, no, absolutely not. There are a lot of our students who are in their mid 40s. In fact, I think my oldest student was in the early 50s. So absolutely not a problem as long as you're healthy. Because I'm a 51-year-old guy, so things can go a little topsy-turvy in your body as you're aging. So as long as you're healthy, there is no problem. And we are trying to grow our international education business. So we welcome all students of all ages. And again, New Zealand being such a good, open, liberal Western democracy cannot be discriminating people who want to study in their mid 40s. So absolutely not done in our society. So you're very welcome to come as an international student. If your worry is about your post-study work visa, the law says that if you pass your course, then you will definitely get that post-study work visa, because that is the law at the moment, and nobody. So, but the law also says that you will get it if your health is still good, and all those kinds of things. So as long as you're maintaining health money, I don't see any problems with that. All right, and thanks for being an AJV client. Much appreciated for that. Okay, Karan, buddy, how am I doing on time? I have another 10 or 15 minutes to go. Okay, right. Karan, buddy says already in touch with Nisha, one of my colleagues. Nisha was our top performer last month in the company, so she's a bit of a star at the moment. I want to ask that is any scope to get scholarships, as we don't have enough money to support our education. Current scholarships are not too many in New Zealand, unfortunately, but I think we did share a post in our AJV Facebook group. So go to Facebook and search for NZ Options, which is our Facebook group on Facebook. Yeah, just go and search and say scholarships, and there is a link which gives you certain scholarship, but they're not a terribly large amount of scholarships for New Zealand, to be honest, guys. So and the it brings up another interesting question that is that you're saying you don't have enough money to support your education and you're contemplating studying in New Zealand. So I think that is a mistake. People who don't have enough money should not plan to go overseas, because you will end up in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I mean, if you're getting a scholarship, and especially if you're doing, let's say, a master, PhD, and you're getting your tuition fee as well as your living expenses. That's a phenomenal situation, of course. But a lot of people will not get those scholarships. So if you're going to rely entirely on a scholarship and planning to come to New Zealand, I would be very wary if I were you, because you can come here, you might beg, borrow, steal, and somehow land here. But if that money is genuinely not there, you might get into a lot of trouble on a personal note. So I would say, if you don't have the money, don't consider this. Okay. I know it sounds brutal, but I'm always brutally honest. Going abroad is not for everybody, so you need to have money, you need to have good health, you need to have good character, and the intention should be clean and clear. So these are some of the things that you require. If you don't have any one of these, I wouldn't recommend it. All right. But what I'd say is, continue to have a chat with Nisha Karan, and we will see if we can find something for you. Okay. Next question is only human. Hi, sir. Only human. Good one. Hi, Arun, sir. I'm Anant. Hi, Anant. I've chosen between Ireland and New Zealand for MSc data analytics. My question is that I can't be sure if New Zealand has good future prospects in that field. You've got to be kidding me, Anand. What are you saying, mate? We are publishing. The government of New Zealand publishes a list called the long-term skill shortage list. I'm not sure about Ireland, to be honest, but we actually have this list called the long-term skill shortage list. And I'm quickly checking to see if I have any feedback. Okay. And so if you go into that, you will see data analytics is in that, Anant. And we have a requirement for a lot of people with an IT background. So data analytics is definitely on it. So I would strongly, in fact, while we're talking, I could quickly do a check. Yeah, there is database administrators, database architecture, and I'm gonna check. Okay, I can't particularly see analytics. Oh, okay, see there is in uh, the long-term skill shortage list. We have organization and methods analyst. We have ICT business analyst. We have systems analyst, and we have analyst programmers. These are the actual occupations which are listed in the long-term skill shortage list of New Zealand. I just read that out to you from there. So absolutely, I mean, there is a definite need, and The other important thing is you're going to get a 3 years post-study work visa, Anant. And so with your background, a master's in data analytics, in an area where there is a need, and a 3 years post-study work visa, and the support of AJV, really, it's a no-brainer. So I think you must consider it very seriously. If you're not already in touch with um, AJV, you need to do better data analysis and choose the company that's going to take you to the right place and make sure that you succeed in the right track as well. Okay, cool. Rahul says, "Hi, sir. I'm student of AJV. Hi, Rahul. Always lovely to say hello to my students. My offer to ARA has been denied, but I have an offer of I have a conditional offer letter from SIT. What should I do next?" Rahul, if your offer from ARA has been denied and if you have an offer from SIT, then I mean, obviously, you will have to opt for SIT because that is the only place that you have an offer at the moment. So, SIT again is a government owned and operated institution of New Zealand. I think they're planning to merge all of these institutions and make it into one big entity called the New Zealand Institutes. I think Institute of Technology and Skills. So it's all fine. So if you don't have an offer, if ARA denied it for whatever reason, I don't know the details of your a particular case because my awesome team is dealing with it. But if ARA has denied you and you have an offer from SIT, it's simple, right? Just go for SIT. And if your worry is, oh, is SIT a good organization? I can tell you, absolutely. Don't worry about it. Just go to SIT. And our support will extend to you whether you are at the topmost tip of New Zealand or at the southernmost tip of New Zealand. It does not matter to AJB students. We will be there for you. We will give you local friends. We will provide you with all the support that you require, Rahul. Just I would say go for SIT and you'll be happy. All right, cool. Sunanda Basu and says, "Hello Arun, we are AJB clients and was browsing through the kids' schools in New Zealand, and there is a section on international students. My question is, the kids of a student visa would be considered as a domestic?" No, Sunanda, the only the kids of so if you are coming to New Zealand, let's say your wife is coming to New Zealand as an international student and she's studying a course level where you get a work visa, only then your kids become domestic students. But if let's say you are on a visitor visa and your wife is not studying a level of course which will does not give you a work visa, then the kids will not be considered as domestic students. They'll be considered as international students. But hey, look, if you guys are working with AJB, I'm sure my team has already spoken to you about it and sorted this all out. And we always ensure that we give with the right suggestion of the right course where a family can come in, a spouse can work, and the kids can go to school as domestic students. All right, cool. Rahul says, for job regarding construction, will I get it in Invercargill or have to move out of? Very difficult to predict now, Rahul, because Invercargill also is getting having a fair bit of growth. New Zealand is growing everywhere from top to bottom. In fact, they're trying to build one of the largest, I think, shopping centers in Invercargill. So I do believe you will have an opportunity anywhere. But again, I don't think there is any restriction on you after you complete your course and you get your post-study work visa to move to any other city. You could possibly end up in Christchurch, which is where still a lot of requirement for construction professionals is still happening. All right, so don't worry too much about the future, Rahul. I mean, that's the other problem is with I've noticed working with international students is you guys and girls look too far ahead into the future, and sometimes when you look that far ahead, it's like me trying to sit here and predict whether AJV Global will be the world's greatest education and migration company in 10 years. I don't know, but I will work my bloody butt off to make sure we get there. So that should be the attitude. It is not whether will AJV become. I'll have to sit and work. I'll have to strategize well. I have to work with my team well. I have to motivate them well. I have to continue to provide good services to our clients. So that's what it is, a step-by-step process. We can't sit and predict what's going to happen. But to answer your question, yeah, you can absolutely shift out of Invercargill if you think it doesn't provide enough opportunities in construction. Once you get your post-study work visa, you're free to go to anywhere in New Zealand and pick up a job. All right, cool. Alex Manikam. Hi, Arun. Trust you're doing well. I'm already a native student in touch with Aniket. Thank you, Alex. So nice of you. Appreciate you being a native student. I went through your YouTube channel. I went through your YouTube channel. I hope you liked it. I need insights more on University of Canterbury. Any reference link where I can get more details on Christchurch as well. Thank you for your help and support. Alex, University of Canterbury, to get more insights, go to the University of Canterbury website. And all I can tell you from my side is it's an amazing university. You have nothing to worry about. I've been there a couple of times. In fact, let me give you a bit of historical fact about the University of Canterbury. The University of Canterbury is where Sir Ernest Rutherford, if you guys know who Sir Ernest Rutherford is, he's the man who did a lot of research on splitting the atom. And I think today we have nuclear power in the world because of the work that Sir Ernest Rutherford did. And he is an alumnus of the University of Canterbury. That's the kind of legacy that the University of Canterbury. It's one of the most amazing universities anywhere on earth. So nothing to worry about. Christchurch is a beautiful city. Go to my YouTube channel and check out a video I have on Christchurch as a destination. So that's also there. So overall, Alex, I don't think I have anything to worry about, to be honest, because it's a fantastic university, and it is also Christchurch is a good city as well. Check my friends list, and there will be one friend of mine called Sadik, who is one of our ex-students who studied at University of Canterbury, and he likes to be like an ambassador for University of Canterbury as well as for AGB. So have a chat with him, connect with him, give my reference, and but overall, good choice, Alex. I think you have nothing to worry. So you have University of Canterbury. No, you have New Zealand. You have University of Canterbury. You have Christchurch, and then you have AJP. It's all set for you. All right, Muzakir says, "Hey, I'm already in touch with Yunus. Thank you, Muzakir. Appreciate that. I've checked with the skill migration category eligibility. Can see 150 points out of current trend of 160. Is it good to go for New Zealand immigration, or do you think I go with student visa?" This might have to be my last answer for today because I think I've completed my quota of time. Okay. So, Muzakir, if you're not getting your 160 points, how can you apply for migration? You can't, So it states clearly that the current pass point is 160, where your application will get picked from the pool. It's a you can lodge an application, of course, or sorry, or expression of interest if you have 100 or more points. But the fact is, till you have a 160, it will not get picked from the pool. So how will you get? On what based on what are you hoping to put your application? Expression of interest. It's a little pointless as an exercise. So which is where, because the direct pathway into New Zealand is not as direct as before any longer, is where a company like AJP, which is owned and operated by a licensed immigration advisor, and then I have a cohort of other colleagues who are also licensed advisors and ex-immigration officers. We know that the direct, they've kind of shut the main door, sort of the one that was wide open, called the skilled migrant category, is kind of been closed, and they kind of now put a few the rules around the whole thing, and which is the reason we strongly advocate the study plus settle pathway. It's advantageous to New Zealand. It is also advantageous to all your prospective migrants, and that is the reason I think it is probably one of the best opportunities at this moment, Muzakir. So please opt for the study plus settle opportunity, because I think that is really where you will see success, not in trying to do a direct migration. Okay, one last question, because uh, Varun has asked me a question, and his name rhymes with mine, so I think I'll answer his question. What is conversion rate of study to PR visa? Also, is 40 age suitable for study? Good question. So, according to the last statistics, Varun, I think about 19% of international students were moving from student visa towards eventual residency. So that was about how much. And bear in mind, New Zealand gets about 130 odd thousand international students every year. So it's not a small number, when you take 19% of a 130, I think we are looking at approximately 30,000 people, which isn't a small number. That's a good number. Interesting fact is that our students, AJV students, I think are way above the 50% or 60% because we are still doing that exercise to see how many of our students have actually finished their course and then gotten into a job and then moved on into a residency. And we are still compiling data at the moment, but I'm super, super confident that more than 60 or 70% of our students are acquiring. That's because, we're picking the right people. We're not selling any false dreams, and then we are providing them with the right support, especially free immigration advice after they come to New Zealand. And that's why our success rate is so very high. So that is the percentage, Varun. And is age 40 suitable for study? Absolutely. If you're in good health, you have to do it now because if you wait longer, I don't think you will have the motivation or the inclination to do it. Do it now, and you will still enjoy the next 20 of your life and your family's life in a beautiful, beautiful country like New Zealand. Okay, I personally did it when I was mm, in my very early 30s, and I'm so happy I did it. So, absolutely the right time, Varun. No problem about admission and visa, provided you're in good health. Okay, cool. That's pretty much it. All right, guys. I think I will need to wind it up now because I've crossed my 1 hour. I still see a lot of questions which are here, but unfortunately, yeah, I have to wind it up because it's been more than an hour. Besides the fact my poor throat begins to give up, it's also something we've set as a trend. So hey, look, thank you as always for joining my live sessions. I know I would love to spend some more time, but yeah, those of you who are going to be in Mumbai on the 21st. Please come and meet me and the rest of my wonderful team at the JW Marriott, Juhu, Mumbai on the 21st of September. And we're going to be there. We're going to be there the whole day. So you can pretty much, I think we will start the session around 10 o'clock in the morning. We're kind of still finalizing the details, but warm welcome to everybody. I'd love to meet you guys. And I promise you, I'm really good company to hang out with. So I'll crack some very silly dad jokes. And I'm famous for my dad jokes, by the way. So anyway, it's lovely to meet all of you and catch up with you again this week. And I hope to see some or all of you in Mumbai when I'm there. But till next time, Kakite Ano, which is see you later, and Pomarie, which is good night.